As we journey through life, we encounter countless transitions and stages, each offering its own lessons and opportunities for growth. We all experience these transitions differently. Some years, some accomplishments feel more significant than others. Sometimes we are focused on staying healthy and young, while at other times we are busy caring for our loved ones. Or other times we might be more inclined to taking care of the community. No one goal is better than the other. I believe each stage of our life has its beauty, and each stage brings something positive that could serve as a stepping stone for the next one. We can live through some of these stages simultaneously or focus on one at a time. What we can discern is that each stage gives different energy to our lives. When we are focused on self-goals, that might serve as a stepping stone to understanding that when we take care of ourselves, we can take care of others. We are what we eat, what we wear, what we speak. So if we use that stage of our life to build awareness about how to take care of ourselves, we can lay a great foundation that will help us care for our immediate family, whether it's our mom, dad, sisters, children, or close family members. When you know what makes you feel good, you will share these things with the people close to you. We will learn in the stage of helping our immediate family that love with detachment is the recipe we want to follow. If we learn to care without taking any situation personally, we are laying a great foundation that will support us in caring for the community. Coming from Colombia, the country where I grew up, knowing that if anyone eats, many can eat, and if more people than expected arrive at the party, you just add more water to the soup. We grew up knowing that we should always welcome everyone. So I guess the point I'm bringing up here is education. And more than school education, family education. I was lucky enough to have this type of family. And I am very aware that not many people have had that same luck. A reality that I have strongly faced since I had been living in Los Angeles, California. People grow up here with different values than the ones I grew up with. And I guess this is why the place where I feel most at home is when I work with the communities. I believe everyone has a great heart. I know also that not everyone has developed the full potential of their kind heart. We get trapped in the me mindset, and it takes courage to make a difference. In a society where the emphasis is on building credit, to be able to have more loans and buy almost anything on credit. Everyone is trying to get the best car, the best phone, the best everything, while many basic needs are not even covered. Anyway, I'm not making a video to enter into the system, but to create awareness for each of us. I have always believed that we can choose to blame the world, what is not happening, or we can take action and be responsible for what we say and think. Earlier in this video, I mentioned that a great recipe is the recipe of love with detachment. I want to delve a little deeper into that idea. Well, It's not really my idea. It's one of the main teachings of Saint Teresa of Avila, a great Carmelite mystic and doctor of the church. To say I love you is very simple, but to mean what you say and say it with detachment is another level. Let's consider some examples. Have you ever had someone around you, someone really close, who uses drugs or alcohol constantly, but you don't? How do you express your love to this person with detachment? I don't know about your case, but in my case, my emotions most of the time get in the way. I know intellectually that the person is on a constant roller coaster that cannot stop by itself. I also know it's not my fault. I also know I'm not responsible for taking this person away from the harm they are doing. So my intellect understands, but my heart can barely accept it. My heart shrinks every time I even smell a drop of alcohol. Of course, this may reflect my sensitivity to growing up with an alcoholic father and having a relationship with a person who had a daily intake of cocaine and weed. So, of course, I saw the damage and the courage that it took for me as a little girl to not fall into depression. I was a professional swimmer throughout all my childhood and adolescence until I was 23 years old, but I can't recall the amount of tears that flowed through my eyes every day while training. But again, we are not here to talk about our pain or to point out what others do or don't do. We are here to encourage ourselves to love with detachment and to know that we are not perfect in this journey. This is why we need friends who uplift us to live a human life, a life that can benefit us and the community. Just by keeping the concept of love with detachment in mind brings the third important pillar that Saint Therese speaks so fondly, and that is humility. The three of them together form the perfect recipe to one that we want to remember always. Hopefully, with every breath we take, we are not perfect, nor we are born to be perfect, but we are born to be aware that with every breath we can choose to love with detachment. And as I have this life to experience how to love in detachment from people who drink alcohol and use drugs, you might have this life experience to learn how to love in detachment from a particular experience. As we wrap up our chat about life's ups and downs, let's keep in mind the importance of loving without getting too attached and staying humble along the way. Remember, we are all in this together. Let's keep supporting each other and growing with every step we take.